What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Team Solemn Circus video. We're going to go over a first place deck profile that I got recently. This was with Branded, obviously, as you guys can see here. When playing these tournaments, when you are playing twice a week, you end up hitting some of the tournaments big. Some of these stuff, I wouldn't say it's completely optimal, so I'll explain some of the stuff as well in it. And other times, it completely bombs out at tournaments, so I got lucky this week and was able to take the win. Shoutouts to Josh in the finals there with the Math Mech deck. That was a pretty nice match there. Fortunately, we ended up taking it. But yeah, diving in, this is actually a little bit different. I am not playing any hand traps in this build other than Imperm, but we'll go over it. And it's 41 cards. So we're going to start off with the 3 Albaz. Pretty mandatory. We are still in a format where Kashtira does run around. So having 3 is nice, as well as like the runic stuff, and a lot of the time you'll end up dumping it with with Quem, as well as the Albion. So it's nice. Also never bad to have in hand as well with the Cartesia. So then we have Cartesia at 2. Super crazy card, love the fuse. Want to remind you that, you don't need to use her to fuse, just activate the effect. Helps you dodge Imperm, we all know the stuff like that. Then we have the 1 Albion, jump, draw a card, pretty great. Even graveyard dump, just amazing. Mercurier are negate. I still wish I could play 2 of it, but unfortunately, in this build you can only play 1. And then we are on the 1 Quem busted card. I hope we get a fusion for this card soon. I think we definitely need one. It'll make this card 100% better with the fusion deployment. I think that would be a little bit maybe too much to bring this deck over the edge, but it is what it is. I really hope that we get a Quem fusion. Moving on, we have our 3 Alibers. Cards absolutely busted, searching for your stuff. I know some people are playing 2 and 2. I really like the 3 and 1. Quem is a very, very good normal summon, but unfortunately it doesn't just get your plays immediately off the bat. It is always a 2 card, while this card can just search for Brand of Fusion, and then you can just play from right there. Quem, also important to note, people don't remember that she can bring back anything that mentions Albaz. That includes anything with the name. So like this, for example, this does have a Fallen of Albaz in its text. So it can bring back the Mirror Jade as well. It can bring back Mercurier too, which is very important. Then we are also playing the 1 Ad Libitum. I know some players cut this. I definitely think it's still worth playing because you can just reborn out a Mirror Jade when you go for Chimera or anything like that as well. It can also reborn out the Quem, which is really nice because it is a Dogmatica, or it is a Despia monster in this case at all times, so it's very nice as well, getting some nice little pluses. And then we have the Tragedy as well. This card is absolutely correct. That's it for your little main monsters there. We still are on the little Bystial package. We are on the 1 Lubellion as well as the 1 Sornier. I know some builds up this up. I think it was like to 2 and 2 of these, and like a Magnemite, or it could be 3, 1 and 1. I'm not too sure. I'm not playing the Bystial package really. There's no Etude like we saw Nesh playing on DB, but this is very, very basic. We're going for the bread and butter branded combos. Then we're still on the 1 Nightmare and the 1 Dark Magician. Hate drawing this, but it's a brick. I think there's like 5 soft bricks in the deck, but you can still use it. Like you can still fuse with both of these with Cartesia, and you can discard them off of the Lubellion as well, which is very nice. And you have a bunch of other options with like opening too. Now for the spells here, we are on the 3 Brand Infusion. Cannot wait for this card to come on Ulti this weekend. I'm so excited. Hopefully we end up pulling one at locals, or somebody does, and we can pick it up. And then we are on the 3 Branded Opening. Amazing card. If anything, Konami should probably hit this card. Being able to summon out Quem or Alubers is absolutely crazy, or just search them in hand as well. Essentially 2 normal summons a turn, I guess, of the Aluber or the Quem. And then we have the 1 Rare in Red, and then the 1 Lost. Once again, Lost is becoming a super rare. Thank you, finally, Konami. And I hope I'll be able to upgrade this to the super this weekend. And then we are on the 3 fusion deployments. This card absolutely crazy. This card is made for this deck. You don't need to put this guy on here. Albaz should be on here. This card's just busted. 1 the Foolish, dumping Mercurier, dumping Sornier, dumping Albion if needed, dumping Cartesia, dumping Albaz to summon out Cartesia, dumping Tragedy. So many cards you can dump with this. Obviously, we're going to play it. Platinum, best rarity, don't at me. Cob of the Grave, we hate Ash. Now, this is the little bit of spice here. We are only 2 thrusts. So with Thrust, a lot of the time you'll get ashed. This is like my options. I was testing it out over the Nadir Servant. If you get ashed on it, you can search for like Talents, for example, or another card as well. We'll mention later in the profile. But you're able to search like really anything if like you already get this goes through. If you get hit with an ash on a lower target, or you hit with a hand trap, anything like that, like a Veiler, being able to search for like Fusion Deployment, Branded Fusion, Foolish even. I don't think I've ever searched for Foolish, but still the option is there. Just very, very nice. But going over a little bit into this. So you have your thrusts here, your 1 talents, and then the 1 duster as well. We're going into the 2 lightning storms, and then this is what we're here for, the fusion duplication. So if you activate Branded Fusion here, it does get ashed, and then you have talent or thrust in hand. You can activate thrust, set fusion deployment or duplication here, and then duplication can activate during next turn, banish this, and actually act as Branded Fusion, which is very nice. So important to note, and they cannot ash that effect. It's like Verte in the trap card, which is pretty nice. I tested it out, and unfortunately didn't come up at all for me, which was kind of unfortunate. But it's still fine. Lightning Storm is very nice, you know, being able to go second, having this card in hand, going first, you know, you discard off Lubellion, opening, you know, lots of options as well with it. But going second, just having a power spell like this is just absolutely insane. Labyrinth is a real deck in the format, so you want to be able to draw this, you know, as your 6th card, or really this is never really dead compared to Lightning Storm, which is like can be dead. I find that like if you're not going to an OTS, if you're playing at locals, you can 100% cut this down to 40. This would be the card that I cut. But with the thrust in the deck, you know, it's very nice to be able to search this and just like sometimes out just problematic issues. Then for the traps, you know, we are on the 1 fusion duplication, as well as the 3 Imperm, which is our only hand trap, and then the Retribution. I chose Imperm over a card like Ash Blossom because it's never really dead as my last draw. Like if I'm going second and I draw into like, let's say Thrust or Talents or Lightning Storm or even Imperm, it's never really dead. Like if it's my 6th card, I draw for turn and I end up hitting an Imperm. If I'm playing against any single deck, there's normally a card on their board I want to hit other than like maybe Labyrinth. And with then I would rather have a card like Duster in my hand or in my deck anyways. So it's a nice little trade-off, and there's cards I can swap out in my side deck for it as well. That's it for the main deck. We are on the 41. If you guys want to see a combo video, hit that thumbs up button. Or should I strike that thumbs up button, boys. And we're going to get this to 50, and we'll do a test hand and combo video this weekend on it on the Saturday. Now for the extra deck, you know, obviously the 15. 2 Mirror Jade, card just absolutely insane. 2 Lubellion. I'm a huge fan of 2 Lubellion. All that time, I'll go through the first one, shuffle back, or if I'm going for the Dragoon line, I won't shuffle it back. And then when I want to make the second one, I'll make the second one, shuffle back the first one to make a Mirror Jade. Very good. Don't really think I'd cut this. I can understand why people want to put this down to 1, but with Dragoon in the deck, I really like it at 2. 2 Albion. Gotta play it. The 1 Rinbrum. This card's absolutely insane. With the new Chimera stuff coming out as well, I think we're going to see this card go up in price as well as go up in popularity. It being on the board, it being in the graveyard, just both crazy effects. Albion. Don't forget, this can also, if this negates Mirror Jade, you can activate it again next turn, which is very nice. Albion, you know, a lot of the stuff that makes this deck disgusting is Albion. You're able to Nightmare Puppet or just summon out Albaz if you end up bricking. It's more so with the Nadir combo. You end up dumping the Lulu, and then you can search for Albaz, and then you summon out the Quam, or not the Quam, but you summon out, you know, Cartesia, and Cartesia continues, go for this, summon out the Albaz, and you use Albaz with one of your opponent's monsters, and then you make the Mirror Jade. But, you know, just basic combos like this card is actually what makes, like, this card's a filler card, I think, for the deck. It comes up so much. Glory, this card, debatably cuttable. I do love my Mercurier search, so I like playing this card, but you can 100% change it for Titanic Ladder, something like that. Then we're on the 1 Granganol. I wish I could bump this up to 2, but unfortunately there's not enough space. the 1 Quiritus to summon off the Granganol. I love this card, to be honest. 1 Predaplant Dracostapelia off camera here. Unfortunately, I'm just going to try rearranging it for you guys here. Trying to get the whole 15 in the deck at once here. Of course, you want to flip up. So we are on the 1 Dracostapelia here. This card is very, very nice to make, you know, mid combo if you're able, or during your opponent's turn. Being able to summon it out feels very nice to do. Sometimes you do it off of the branded in red, other times you just do it off of Quem or Cartesia is a better example. You know, you have Cartesia as well as Quem and Mirror Jade onto the field. Being able to make this, using it, and then getting your Quem reborn out the Mirror Jade, and then having a branded in red. So for a triple Mirror Jade, is just absolutely busted. We are on the Dragoon. We are playing the Dark Magician, so obviously we're playing Dragoon. We're on the 1 Chimera because this card's absolutely insane still. And then we're on the 1 Lulu Walith. You don't have many ways to dump it in the deck. You know, Granganol can dump it or can summon it out. There's some times where I do want to cut this because I'm not playing the Nadir Servant. If you're playing the Nadir, you have to play this card. But Granganol being able to summon it out is not bad at all. A lot of times, you know, being at a negate and boosting all your board, making Mirror Jade a 35 body sometimes can be absolutely huge. That's it for the extra deck here. Now for the side deck, and the side deck is very important because it is what impacts, you know, what locals you're going to. So for this locals here, I was hyped to play against a bunch of Labyrinth decks. I believe we have 6 players playing Labyrinth, and then I'll do the Rogue decks as well, you know. So I was playing the 2 Magnemut and the Durasworm here. It able to hit a lot of the stuff in Dragon Link as well as versus the Labyrinth deck. Then we are playing the going first cards. This can only be one. Only Floodgate you can play in this deck. You could play Summon Limit, but I don't think that's very good. Then we are on the 3 Droll and Lockbird. This is just for like the random matchups like Flu and a bunch of the combo decks. There was an FTK running around. Shout out to Alex for that. As well as the 3 Nibirus. Same thing, you know, you want to have to open one of these going second. They're the blowout cards of the format. You know, that's the whole point of this deck. We're not playing no Ash Blossoms. We're not playing any of those cards. We want these heavy blowout cards just absolutely just demolish when the opponent tries to make a board. And then we're on the 2 Cosmic Cyclones. Very good against trap decks as well, you know, being able to hit the Runic cards. Runic is also very popular at our locals as well, which is why we are playing the 1 copy of the Invader of Darkness. So this is really the flex spot of the deck. There's lots of cards I would rather play instead. So some options here I'm going to be showing you guys. 1 second. I just need to pull it out. I'd play either this or Jinzo depending on your locals, as well as, you know, now it's becoming more popular to play our copy of, where is this trap? Of Branded Beast here. Sorry, it's my Dragon Link deck. So you could play Branded Beast instead of this because you can summon it off Lubellion. It just changes your gameplay a little bit, and you just leave Lubellion onto the field. Activating it as a pop can be very nice as well. If you're playing the build with a lot more of the Bystials in it, I would probably say this is mandatory on the side. But other than that, it's most likely not. As well, like you can just search it off of Branded Lost, or this can summon out Branded or put Branded Lost onto the field if you discard it, something like that. So very good to note. That's it for the 15. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. If you guys would change anything, or let me know what else you would add to the deck or take out, or if you think that the Nadir Servants are more valuable than the going second cards as well. You know, I'd like to hear from you guys. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel, as well as stay safe. Peace. We'll see you in the next one.